When Genevieve walked in the room, you went, wow, who's that? Because she was dressed beyond the nines. You know, she had, I think, impeccable taste of clothing. I learned it later in years that she was a fashion designer, and she really saw the outward appearance of the production. The dancers, yeah, she loved that. But when you start talking about scenic design or costume design or how the lighting design, that was where I heard a lot of her passion. She loved the arts, she loved ballet, and that was the way this community was back in the mid-60s to early 70s. It was such a community-funded and supported organization. And she was, I think, leading the charge in so many ways because, like I said, she was so well educated, knew so much about art and design, and people gravitate toward that. We talked about the community aspect of the arts, what community means, how do the arts fit into that community. You know, when I was a kid growing up, there were so many shows on TV that were musicals or, I mean, the stars that would come on Hee Haw to play music. You know, at the time you didn't think anything about it, but I'll catch those shows now and you see these phenomenal artists on there. Our culture has changed a lot, so yes, this is something that was always kind of in the forefront of discussions, why this is important to have here. What is the value of this? And I'm a big symphony lover. I'm a big music lover. And I know what music does for people. It brings, and ballet is the same thing. In one room like this, you can have a person from every country in the world, and none of us can communicate because of our languages. But the ballet, being in French, communicates and brings everybody together. And it's more about that common ground, what you share. And I think that is what I know about her, that this idea of having this community of arts that it explodes, it goes everywhere, and it brings people together. And then issues that might separate us are not as dire as they might seem otherwise.